Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hey Mom, Play This. I'm Kimmy Amber, and we're back in Sky. Children of the Light, I now have 6 wings on my cape. Can you imagine? Not too long ago, we finished Eden, the end of the story arc, and I came in and I started gathering wing lights again. I've done Isle of Dawn and Daylight Prairie, and now it's time to go into the Hidden Forest. Aurora will be leaving shortly, so if you have not had a chance to go watch the concert, better do it soon. All right, so the goal, whoops, you know what? There's the map. The goal of this game, or these videos, is just to show you candle runs and winglight spirits, winglight children. So I won't be stopping for much of anything. It's just a quick run through each realm so that you can know where you're going when you want to find things. And the first winglight child in Hidden Forest that we meet is this one right up here on this platform. And we all know how well I fly, so I have a problem with this platform more often than not. I know, it's just sad. You would think I would have figured this out by now, but I have trouble with the Z-axis, and since I'm not always looking down like this, I can't tell where I'm at. Okay. Real quick, the sapling for your daily quests when you need it in the Daylight Forest, or Hidden Forest, and the map for this section. We'll get some lights. Occasionally there are lights over at the bottom of that tree as well. Am I small enough? I am. That's one of those little shortcut tricks. There was for a while there, the gate was glitched, and it was so hard to get it to open at all. Here's another one. Opening those gates take time, so. Oops, come on, over we go. I am gonna get where I can any white dyes. Ooh, some light from the butterflies. And this path, when you come through here, if there are lights in there, then that's the same. What I just did is the path, but sometimes they aren't here, in which case your first one will be right here. The second one will be in here, and then the third one will be at the bottom of this tree. Sometimes, as in now, there are lights next to this gate. This is also a gate you can go over. The very first gate you can't go over the wall, but these second two you can. This is the Brook, Forest Brook, I believe. I mentioned it on the Daylight Prairie one that you would think coming in here that I would look up the names of things so that I can give them to you, but I always forget, and I forgot again this time. In several places there are campfires, and there is one here. Ooh, that's a very large light ball. Sometimes you can't see the light, or the little balls, so I run around in a circle and see if I can find the symbol, the F symbol to light one. All right, from here, we're gonna go this way. Because look what's hiding up here in the clouds. Not really the clouds, but. So on my candle run, when I'm not looking for wing lights, I would not have gone up there. I would just go to the campfire and then come over this way. With these lights. Hello, friends. Oh, press R to level up your ring. I love this animation. Like, yay! I said something about our sky children sky child growing up. But look, there are 7 now. But you know, sky children don't actually grow up. We're this size the entire time. Here is another one up here in the clouds. Come on. There we go. And a whole lot of lights. Now, my candle run leads me this direction. Everybody has their own path and route that they follow. This is mine. If it helps, great. But it may be that you find something that works better for you. All right, I actually had some noise going on in the background, so I muted you, but we come across, light the candles at the pavilion. Up here in the wall, we have another sky winglight child. If you open your wings, it's easier, Kim. Oh, my goodness. My candle does not seem to be very effective right now. Oop. Depending on how long this runs, like Daylight Prairie, I may cut this, but I think I can do the whole thing in about 20 minutes. Part of my candle run is to go and visit the Ancestor's Table of Belonging. We call it Grandma's. And she serves dinner on the half hour every couple of hours. And so one of the things that I do is I do Hidden Forest. I start to do it in just enough time, basically, to get to dinner on time. And looking at the clock, we're in the wrong hour, so I won't be able to show you that on this trip through. I'll show you where it's at, but we won't actually go to Grandma's. I think I'm probably going to do a video where I do the 3 bonus light areas. The Ancestor's Table of Belonging, Grandma's. The Polluted Geyser, and Turtle. Yes, there's a giant turtle in the game. And every couple of hours, he also gives light. Those 3 you can hit in the same hour. Geyser starts on the hour. Grandma starts at half hour. Turtle starts at 10 minutes of the next hour. So you can actually get quite a bit of light. And I missed the bar. Me and my flying. Oh, somebody lit it for me. So the pause function is a beautiful thing. It's about an hour since the last time I actually picked all of this up. You know, life happens. I have no idea what I was talking about. Why are we going wrong directions here? No idea what I was talking about when I first started, but I think maybe I was talking about Grandma's. And just because of the timing, that wait of an hour, Grandma's might be on when we get there. I won't stay for the whole time, or if I do, I'll pause. But I can show you where it's at, and it might be going on at the time. So we'll talk about that a little bit when we get to the elevated clearing. This area is called, and it's called by different names. A lot of people call it Broken Bridges. That's not its official name. I think it's called the Boneyard, actually. Sometimes the lights are at the bottom of that tree over there. And other times they're here. Whoop. Run right past it. And we're gonna go way up here. The light blooms that are over here will help you when you, like me, don't fly very well or don't have a lot of wing energy. Because there's a wing light child at the top of this tower. And I'm going to go out the back here and drop down because there's another platform here. And sometimes there is a darkness plant here. Sometimes there's a colored butterfly darkness plant. This area right in front of us, that's why this area is known as the Boneyard. But you can also see off towards the top of the screen the broken bridges. So that's why it's also known as Broken Bridges. The lights are either here or under that patio over there. Meanwhile, we're going to come over here. Actually, I just went out of my order. This is not the way I normally go. So we'll go back. I would come from that area over there where the last set of lights was and come directly over here to this last bridge piece where you see we have a wing light child. But there's a very good reason that I come here first before finishing the rest of Broken Bridges and the Boneyard. And that's because when you light all of these, first a group of jellies will come jumping out of there to help you get to the temple. But it also turns off the rain, which is a good thing for particularly when you don't have a whole lot of light. You don't have to worry about having your wing lights diminished and actually losing wings. So then I would have flown over here and grabbed that group that's in the tree, which is not always there. This one is. Come on. Get off the roof. It's not a roof, it's a root, but bonus points if you can tell me in the comments where that comes from. Get off the roof, get off the roof, get off the roof. Whoop. Come on. Alright. Now we're going to go back into that first section again. I flew across the little river and came around that corner. But we need to be back in here for just a minute. First we're going to get this darkness plant down here. So I'm going to stand up here. We came in from right over that area that's right above my head, and then we flew over there. But if you go this way to that tree house, not really a tree house, to that tree, big old clumpy door in it, not opening, whatever. We have another wing light child over here. All right, so in this section we have this one, we have the one at the top of the tower, and we have the one at the bridge. Now, I would fly back over here. Right to the left is where that manta was caught up in that darkness. Where that V right in front of us, at the bottom of that sometimes there's light. And then we have this darkness tree, and I am oh so good at these. See, I can't even... Here, let's do this. Let's stand here and hold this while you guys go and burn it. I'll do this, you do that. There's the bluebird cape, where when you flap, some of the feathers fall off. I love it, it's so cute. All right, and then we go over here. Jump off. And go into this little cavern here. And I'm a little short, so sometimes I have a little bit more trouble burning these off because you can't burn stuff while you're in water. And I end up, because I'm short, I'm in water. All right, Ancestor spirit there. Let's see if we can try that again. Oh, come on. And this is probably why it's not already burned. Somebody was having trouble. Okay, we're gonna skip that. That extra 1 or 2 lights that, or wax that we might have gotten from that. Not important. You can let this guy go. When you do, he loans his voice to you. And we're gonna fly up here. Now I said that I generally try to time this so when I do Hidden Forest, so that I can get in here to do Grandma. Well, this is the back door, and I'll go show you where the front door is in just a second here. So this is elevated clearing. Got a little bit of darkness. Boy, I'm having trouble burning darkness today, aren't I? Now, if you've been doing Bluebird, you recognize the branch. This is the permanent staging area for the Bluebird season stage. Sometimes there is a darkness plant right there. It's there when it's not over here on this platform where the Winglight Child is. Grab him. Now, there is a section I am not going into today. If you go through the hole that's in that tree, there's a whole nother section. It's called the Underground Caverns. There is a cooperative door in order to get into it. There's another way in, but there are several Winglight children in there, but I won't do that on this one. I'll do it on another one. That last one that we burned is almost always there. There's sometimes one here, and if there's one here, it'll be there at the bottom of this tree. If those two are not there, then you're going to find your lights here and over there at the bottom of that tree. And this is the Ancestor's Table of Belonging. It can be on its own a daily quest to come and visit here. And I'm going to actually pause again. Wait, I only have a few minutes. Wait until Grandma is here, and I'll show you dinner real quick, and then we'll move on. You know, I just realized that that one Winglight Child is not the only one here. Sometimes you forget stuff. So the one was right there on that platform. But if you come up behind the treehouse, there's another one. Whoops. Pop. And there's our map stone for this area as well. So we'll get this one, and then we'll go back to the table and wait for Grandma to show up. All right, there's Grandma. She's gonna cook for a few minutes at the fireplace, And then she'll wander around the table a little bit, come out to the door and look around, go back to the fire, come back and look around again one more time. And then, unless the graphics are screwy, which sometimes they are, she'll go to the head of the table and start serving. So when that starts in about 5 minutes, I'll show you that, and then we'll talk about the table a little bit more. All right, so Grandma is out here looking around to see who's ready for dinner. And in just about 20 seconds, hopefully, dinner will start. And here we go. Each of these gives light. She serves 6, well, there are 6 place settings at the table. She serves once every minute for 10 minutes. The average is slightly over 500 pieces of light in the 10-minute period. And you can get from Grandma a total of 1,000 per day. So you can come to Grandma's twice. And a lot of people just kind of socialize while they're in here. I've made many friends on my personal account, many friends just standing around at Grandma's. Now, sometimes people will bring in, that light stone that I showed you in 2.5 and that Jaren had in Eden. People will put those down on the table, and that will light the little dinner buns so that you get your lights. Sometimes this is completely automated. You can just stand here and chat. But hopefully most of the people that are in here, if you don't have light sources, will be involved in helping to light and chase down those little dinner buns so that everybody gets the light, everybody's participating. But like I said, sometimes it's just a social thing. All right, I'm going to pause until Grandma is done, and then we'll finish up Hidden Forest. All right, so we just had, as you can see, all the lights come flying toward me. We just had a set hit the table, and I'm not entirely certain if that was the last one or not. So we're going to just hang out for the next minute in case there is one more, because I want to show you something that Grandma does. The whole time she's up here, she's emoting, which, sometimes she's laughing, sometimes she's tapping her tummy. A lot of emotes I don't have yet. Oh, she's sleepy. There is a point in time when you know she's done serving because she blows kisses. And there she goes. So she's done serving. Now she will step over to the side. And we can say, "Thank you, Grandma, for the lovely food." Now, I told you I was going to show you where the front entrance to the elevated clearing is. Right down over here. Through this entrance. And this is Forest Brook in here. So, you saw it when we came in. You just didn't recognize that you saw it because you didn't know to look for it. So here's where we come into Forest Brook. There's that little pavilion. We flew over here, got that darkness and this darkness, and then we flew up there to the campfire. Well, if you need to go to elevated clearing, this is your entrance right here. And then there's the back back entrance that we came in, which I'm going to fly over and go out, that one is in, oh my, I'm low on light. So let's get some butterflies to come help us. Maybe? Or maybe not. Where are all the little white butterflies? There's usually some in Grandma's. Let's see if we can get them now. There we go. Come here, pretty little butterfly. Recharge my light. Alright, so we're going to go back out the back door and back to the Broken Bridges area. Because our next step is the temple, and then we're done. The underground caverns is kind of an off to the side thing. You can go through, and then there's a door over that direction that you can come back here from underground caverns, so that you can continue your circle without having to retrace your steps. But I will do underground caverns another time, probably with one of the other outlying areas. Back to Broken Bridges. We could, at this point, go back over to the bridge, relight those candles, and turn off the rain. But remember, birds will charge your light. So we could just fly in the pathway of the birds, and they'll keep us lit long enough to get up here to this temple area. This door is not cooperative. One person can light it. There are often shared spaces, this is the memory, but shared spaces that will help you get through this door as well here. There's one. A lot of times you'll fly up here, particularly when the rain's not on. You'll fly up here and the door's already open. There is that darkness tree over there. I am no good at darkness trees because I don't fly well. I don't know how many times you've heard me say that, but it's still a fact. I don't fly well. I actually fly okay, but getting up and staying on those darkness trees is very difficult for me. So I'm usually the one at the bottom that's holding a candle, so that when you've burned down this edge, it doesn't grow back while you go work on the other one. So if there were somebody working on it, then we could go over there and help them. There is not. So we're just going to sit down here at the temple. And yes, this is one of the few temples, actually I think it's the only temple, that we will actually sit at the altar every single time. You don't have to, but there's stuff on the other side. There's a clearing on the other side of the temple doors. So we might as well. And when you're doing a wing light run, you want to, because there's a wing light child on the other side. All right. Fly in here and take a hard left. Right into a tree. And then there are two spots of lights here. This one, or it's over in front of that tree over there. If it's on the other tree, then the duplicate is here, or the second set, but when it's on that tree stump, the second set is down here. There's our map stone over there. course, the jellies and the mantis, the birds, will all take you on to the entrance to Valley of Triumph. I'm going backward because a lot of times, by the time you've done that little clearing, you've merged servers and you come around the corner and the tree is gone, so you can get the lights. All right, and that is, oh yes, the map stone for in here. That is Valley, or Hidden Forest. Your candles and your wing lights took us about 30 minutes, not counting the 10 minutes I spent at Grandma's, or the hour I spent talking to my kids. But 20-30 minutes to get all the way through Hidden Forest. You've seen all of the candles and all of the wing lights except in underground caverns. Thank you so much for coming along with me. This is Hey Mom, Play This. I'm Kimmy Amber, and we'll see you again in the sky.